I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to the cheeky livestream number 149, a place where the brief is, quite simply, to be excellent to one another, much like Bill and Ted said. This is my vlog, my video log, live from Tokyo, and I have no plan for today at all. I just thought we'll have a little chat, mate. This is basically kind of like the Joe Rogan experience, except you are the guest. You are the guest, my friend, and I hope you are doing very well and are having a wonderful day. It is 11:02 p.m. right now in Tokyo, Japan, and this is the last one. The last one. I swear down, bruv. It's the last one. I've been smoking too many cigars recently, and yeah, it's turning into a ridiculous habit. I'm starting to feel a bit like Gollum in Lord of the Rings, craving that. Except it ain't the ring, bro. It is a cigar. So, one more for the road. I already had this in my little humidor. And I think it's time to take a little break from cigars. And the next cigar will be on July the 1st, when I get my six-pack. What is up, Ajay? How you doing, my man? I see you down there, bruv. I see you, bruv. How you doing, Ajay? So hopefully you can get the chat box up. Just came back from work. Ajay, what is your internet name? That is the question. That's the question I have for you, Kerr. What is your internet name? I would like to know. Got some chicken in the oven, some chicken thigh, roasting it. I think I put the temperature on lower than normal by mistake, and it's working out way better. It's not looking like a charred piece of charcoal for the first time in a long time, so I'm quite happy about that. Ajay. Ajay, your name is pretty odd. Oh, I see. You put like a space. Oh, that's what you did. You put a space, Kerr. Okay. Now I got you.
Ajay says, you mean the company I'm using internet from? Johnny
Wow.
Massacre says, what's up?
Wow, Milky Tea. What's up, Milky? How you doing, Milky? You good? Wow, we got a really fast text-to-speech. We're going to have to slow that down just a little bit. Just a little. Milky.
Johnny Massacre says, Milker.
Milker.
Ajay says, the internet I'm using and paying monthly from is called Bahnhof.
Bahnhof. Oh, guck mal, ist der Bahnhof, ja? Ist der Bahnhof.
Video makes things says doing alright. I almost ran out of gas on.
Oops. You almost ran out of gas. I think I fixed the speed, I hope.
Johnny Massacre says, slow it down text to speech.
Wow, it kind of just does, I don't know, it kind of randomly changes the speed of text to speech. So, yeah, I was messing around with the other text to speech.
Milkitia makes things says that kinda stuff terrifies me lol. Ajay says, yes, I've used Bahnhof for almost 10 years soon. Johnny Massacre says, oh Lord have mercy.
Wow, it looks like we're going to have mad fast text to speech. Oh, I see what it is. I was changing the wrong thing. Here we go.
Says, Milky in the house.
Okay, I think we're going to be good now. I was testing out the other text to speech, And they're all kind of terrible, low key, well, high key terrible. So we'll keep it on this one. Ajay.
Johnny Massacre says, Ajay. Milkitia makes ting says howdy Ajay.
Well, maybe it's just going to be forever fast. I feel like that. Could be. So anyways, this is my last cigar. We can't do more than that. We really can't. Has to be the last one. It's got to be. Because yeah, honest to God, man, I start thinking about it after I eat as well. That's proper addictive behavior. I remember that back in the day when I smoked cigarettes. After eating, the first thing you think about is having some nicotine.
Milkitia makes ting says, last cigar forever or just until like next week?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Definitely not.
Ajay says, I'm also enjoying my completed upgraded PC. Currently playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm around 52 hours in the game.
Ah, did they make any concessions on that game? Did they change anything that I should know about? I would like to know. Very much. Okay. I know Milky smokes. Milky, how can you smoke when you have 5 kids? Is that cool? This just smells insane. I think it's less intense than it was the other day. When I got this, it smelled like... I kind of had this ammonia smell, like in a festival where too many people pay in the same area for too long. It smells better now. It's kind of square on the end as well. Whoa. Wow. That has a very open drawer.
Milkitia makes ting says, what does smoking have to do with kids? Lol, I don't smoke indoors ever if that's what you're thinking.
Sorry, Milky. I could tell you've been asked that before. What about when you're preggers, you got a bun in the oven? Wow, this is a serious cigar. This is a serious one. I got chicken in the oven. Well excited about that. Super excited. So, I should tell you, this is the last cigar until July the 1st. If I get a 6-pack and only then, I can have the next cigar. So I'm quite excited about that.
Ajay says, yes, I know that they made some awful story changes, especially at the end. Unfortunately the FF creator is not involved anymore along with the best writers. Instead we have concept artist. Brad W says, we nicotine users are initiated in the old ways. Milkitia makes ting says,
I know you're a smoker.
When I get pregnant.
I remember Brad said that it's a nootropic and it's good. Here comes the menace. Victoria. Hello, Victoria. How are you doing, girl? Man, it's messed up that you're not on the text-to-speech.
Nuka Chronic says, you keep saying the 1st of July like you're gonna wake up with a 6-pack lol.
I am. That's what's going to happen, Kerr. That is the plan. That is the plan. That is the big-time plan. That's...
Milkitia makes ting says, do you have the genetics for a 6-pack?
Basically, I've done it before about 6-7 years ago. So yeah, but it was, I'm not going to lie, it was extremely difficult. You know, some people just have it by default. What is that all about? What is that all about? How is that even possible? This is a good cigar, I'm not going to lie. I don't know them. It's something about Cuba. This is, I don't know where they get their tobacco from. Nicaragua, how do you pronounce it? It's a Swiss brand, Davidoff.
The story is not woke, but Sweet Baby Inc. was involved, so it has a lot of black NPCs in every corner lol.
Okay, so, the other thing we should talk about, and I'm reminded, and that reminds me, Ajay. So, yeah, this...
Milkitia makes ting says that's all about genetics. My husband tried for a year straight to get a 6-pack and then turns out he can't.
I mean, doubt on that one.
Ajay says, Victoria in the house. Nuka Chronic in the house. Brad W in the house.
When you say try, what do you mean try? What do you mean try? Ajay's back on the text-to-speech. So, that reminds me, Ajay, with the elliptical pay octave.
Milkitio Makes Ting says he was in the Marines and he used to be super into fitness.
Oh, really? May I ask his age? Okay, hold on. I'm going to switch up the text-to-speech. So, this channel is going to take a new direction. So, I really want to remonetize the channel, and I was chatting to AI about it and showing it my channel, and I just said, mate, your whole channel is a landmine. It combed the info online, and there's some ex-developers who talk about what happens if you're repeatedly demonetized and stuff like that. And yeah, it's like, look, as far as YouTube is concerned, they've seen my channel be demonetized many times, and you can get these kind of flags and stuff. And I just really, what I enjoy doing is playing video games and chatting with you lot. And YouTube has their own rules or whatever. It's a free market that it can be whatever they want it to be. But it just happens to be the biggest platform. So the vids on this, not going to be explicitly elliptical pay going forwards. And just a bit more within the boundaries of what YouTube say is acceptable. And then at the end of the stream, we go on over to somewhere else like Umble Ray or something like that, and there we can go mad and just talk about all kinds of madness. So I think that's how we're going to do it going forward. What do you think? What do you think? Tell me. I'd love to know. So this is the Grand Cru by Davidoff. It is really good, but it just doesn't have the same flavor as a Cuban.
Milkitio Makes Ting says that's how Steven Crowder used to do.
Let's see, that's what we're going to do. It just gets too insane. It just gets too insane. And also the things that people say in the comments with text-to-speech, it just gets too crazy for the tube. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And yeah, it should be fun. Or if you want to come and listen to the really crazy stuff, it kind of makes sense to say you have to subscribe in some way, right? Pay $1 a month.
You wanted to say something about wokeness then, didn't you?
But even that, it's like, it's just not good for the algo. So yeah, I just really, if I really think about what do I want to focus on, it's music. I keep saying this, but I really do. And the other stuff is very important to me, but that stuff can't really thrive on this platform. So that's going to have to be on a different platform. It has slower growth that way, but that's the way it's going to have to be. So going over to X and going over to Rumble, and then, but really you can also get very sidetracked in all of this, and that's why I've come to this decision, because recently every time I open X, it's just an avalanche of negativity, even though it's very important.
You already had 6 packs like me.
Not quite. You got the perma 6-pack though, right? Dude, the text-to-speech is permanently really fast. What's that all about, cuz? Text-to-speech. Speaking rate 1. It shouldn't be that way. Speaking rate 0.7. Oh lord. I don't see speaking rate here. I don't even know how it works. I was testing this out last night for ages, trying to kind of update the text-to-speech.
Ajay says, I've had 6 packs since I was 15, so it's nothing special to me. My favorite is big chest muscles that I'm focusing on. Brad W says, X is exhausting.
It's so exhausting. So I can open it up, and what am I going to get from it? Guaranteed that tribalism, and oh my god, I have to comment on. So it kind of makes sense for the main channel not to always be about that. And the thing is, I can't make a difference if I'm Ado, Shea, and Bay. I can't make a difference because there's going to be no each race. So it's actually diminishing returns, and I'll have more of an influence if I get rid of that and then just naturally cultivate a following, and then I can start saying stuff than just shouting into the void. Do you see what I'm saying? Because it does take a lot of work and a lot of effort, so there has to be some kind of return in order to do it on the regular. Do you know what I mean? Text to speech. Adrian, man, me and Adrian had a wicked chat yesterday. We had a wicked chat, didn't we? Adrian is the man.
Ajay says, chicken legs, glad I don't have chicken legs.
So what are you lot up to? You're the guest tonight. Get my guests of honor. I mean, this is good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a good cigar. It's good. Victoria, can you change your name yet, Victoria? I don't know why my text-to-speech is locked on speaking as fast as possible, but I can't really change it, I'm afraid. Oof. I tried to go for a 2-hour run today. I put it off from yesterday, and I barely made 20 minutes. I had to kind of go back and go slowly because I'm doing a fair amount of training. And the running is, when you're over 40, bloody hell, mate, I tell you. I know it's such a stereotype.
I'm working today trying to balance making YouTube videos and getting this house in order and also education for them kids. Adrian says Bravo chat is on slow mode.
Oh, wow.
Nuka Chronic says, Scarbadabadabadubelidabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladabladab Ajay says, Johnny, have you ever had any music requests for your stream to listen to? Would be very cool.
Do you know what I would love to? I wish we could just listen to tunes and not worry about copyright infringement, because it's such a vibe, especially with a cigar. Like, I'm actually tempted to put on some classical music now, but even then I get... Dude, I actually just changed something behind the scene.
Adrian says, at risk of stating the obvious, cigars probably don't help with the running.
Yeah, no, obviously not. Yeah, exactly. So that's why the title of this cheeky live stream is The Last One.
Milkitio Makes Ting says, you could always put on your own tunes, LMAO.
Even that will get me copyright struck, because it's with a distributor and they automatically take money that when other people use it.
350 likes for dunking on George Lucas.
Adrian Curry, isn't he that basketball player? Bro, if he saw your other post, he's actually going to get cancelled, K, by association because he liked your stuff. I see Brad's post on X and I don't say anything other than I just react with an emoji just to let Brad know that I'm out there, and maybe to give him some context before he posts, because Brad is just all guns blazing, Kerr. I'm not gonna lie, this has a very open drawer, and I do like an open drawer. I'm a fan.
Nuka Chronic says, ski bee dibby dib yoda dub dub, yoda dub dub ski bee dibby dib yoda dub dub, yoda dub dub. Brad W says, a model no NBA player.
How good is he? Is he still playing? And who does he play for is my question. I've been avoiding sport because the Arsenal is just catastrophic flop. It's so painful being an Arsenal fan. It really is. We used to be the bomb in the late 90s, early noughties. And now, I mean, it's just so many years of not really being the best. And we've had a few.
Shaggy Goose says, sorry I'm 20 minutes late. Brad W
Oh, good,
says,
mate.
I feel empty inside lol.
Okay. I do wonder if we're ever going to fix this text to speech. Menish. I see the Menish in the comments. But it's so hard to resist talking about elliptical pay itche. But ACD Bay, E-way, Av, A, Ute, 8-way, Until, E-away, E-monetized ray, and Ende, E-way, Anke, Aikshe, Ite, up, yay. The hard boss? Which hard boss? They're all pretty hard, aren't they? Well hard, bruv.
Ajay says, Johnny, what was it that you wanted to ask me regarding the wokeness in the game I'm playing?
It's actually not that. It's that I don't want to talk about Oakness way, because even that word is just bad for the algorithm algo. If you know what I mean. I mean, it's hard to talk about anything that's utable, say, for YouTube, yeah. Just do the whole thing in Pig Latin. Oh my god. How's this gonna work?
Ajay says, oh, I see.
Well, we've got a fast text to speech, which is kind of annoying, but might have to restart the system to stop that. Because there's something about the previous text to speech speed that was so tasty. It just sounded so funny with the delivery. Oh lord. Maybe if we... There's actually a text to speech called Arthur. I've got it on now. Arthur. Should we try that? See what happens. Arthur. Right. We're going to change the text to speech kind of dude. So my theory is Joe Rogan's whole enterprise is built around an excuse to smoke cigars.
I missed something. What happened to the last one?
The last what?
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
That's Arthur. Kerr.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
That's the speed it should, or nearly the speed it should be. Should be like this.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
Something about that speed is so good.
The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog.
I don't know. We got it locked and loaded on one speed. And there ain't nothing I can do to change it. There he is. The man. Yeah, that's the best one. Now it's like totally gone. Damn. Tell you, mate, come a long way with these live streams, even though there's a few technical problems now. I remember back in the beginning when I first started out, oh my goodness, it was so problematic to get it working. I mean, it took hundreds of hours to kind of suss it out. Wow, now it's like completely stopped.
Says, anyway, I'm enjoying FF7 Rebirth a lot so far. Plenty of fun side quests, minigames, and the combat carried over from FF7 Remake and has expanded significantly. Shaggy Goose says, did you know Florida deemed it your constitutional right to throw consenting dwarfs in 2011 for sport?
Such a Florida thing to say.
Nuka Chronic says, MR Ducks, MR not Ducks, OSARCDEDBD Wings LIB, MR Ducks.
Nuka Chronic. Man, this book that I'm reading, Norwegian Wood, it's insanely good. There's actually a lull in the middle, but I even feel that was done on purpose to make what happened next seem really exciting by contrast. If it didn't lull in the middle, the bit that happens afterwards directly wouldn't be as shocking. Matt, this book is so banging. There's a girl in it called Midori.
Do you like turn-based RPG games?
There's some wild stuff in this book. Oh my, man, after the middle part, my god, there's this mad thing with a music teacher. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of sexy stuff in there as well. Do I like turn-based RPG games? I know what you're going to say. Expedition 33. Pipe in Yellow, legend of the channel, who helped us through Sekiro and various other FromSoft games. He told me he's playing the game and it's 10 out of 10. And that guy, he's we're on the same page. He's a fellow FromSoft lover. So we're going to do Expedition 33. I used to like turn-based games. I remember I used to play those. I'm trying to think definitely I used to like them. I used to get into them. Damn. Wow, this guy does smoke well though. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Ajay says, yeah, that game too. Seems pretty good from what I've seen.
What? Is that what you were going to recommend me? Was that the whole thing? Is that what you're going to recommend me? That turn-based madness, bruv? Yeah, Bloodborne yesterday.
Shaggy Goo says, how are you with shooters these days? I've been recommending Ultra Kill to friends again, but it's a bit hyperactive.
Ultra Kill? I haven't heard of that one. Shooters. I mean, I like all games. I like all games. Ah, Mark L. Put you on the text to speech. Kerr. Mark L from back in the day.
Yeah, beautiful art style too. No ugly complex. Some booties and dating simulator lol.
Damn. GTA 6 is coming. Do you know what's coming real soon? Is Night Rain. Oh my lord. Oh, it has to be great. It's basically Elden Ring, but with your mates. What could possibly be bad? They can't mess that up. There's no way.
Fallout 1 and 2. Old school isometric turn-based. They're really good, but I put them off for years because OLDGR app high sees bad or some other BS excuses lol.
Alright. You know what? Got a bit of booty there. Right, also coffee. Had one before, not too long ago. This is the last time I drink 2 coffees in a day. It's the last one, I swear. Cheers. My dad told me he might have to give up drumming because his hearing's like getting harder and harder, and especially after he does lives. So I told him, get these professionally molded earplugs that fit straight in your ear. I got them way back in the day and they're really effective. So hopefully he won't have to give it up. But he didn't seem too down about it. You know, he's in a band, right? And all that kind of thing with these like 2 guys in their 30s. But my dad looks great. He looks in such good condition. He's been dieting and stuff. Drinking the green tea. Had a great chat today. So good chatting to him.
Milkitia makes things says our man.
Right. But
Ajay says, nice Batman chair you got there. Oh wait, you're disguising yourself as Johnny while you're actually Bruce Wayne and Batman?
both of them. That's a deep meta cut, right? I'm disguising myself as someone who's disguising himself as Bruce Wayne. Wow, that would make a... Hang on a minute. That would make a great series, wouldn't it? Bruce Wayne the whole time has been someone else to throw you off the scent. That would be the... Oh, come on now. That would be the ultimate Batman story, right?
E-drums can be great.
Dude, this is how we do it. The whole thing with Bruce Wayne, it was like Inception. It was Batception. The whole Bruce Wayne thing was a bluff, and that Bruce Wayne is somebody else. So the bad guys think they've got Bruce Wayne and have ruined his life, and at the end, I'm not Bruce Wayne. That'd be amazing. I was thinking E-drums, but I wasn't sure how exactly to execute it if he's going to give up drumming. But he's in a band and they're releasing music, so he has to practice, right? And he practiced with headphones. That's also not good. It's really loud. So, but he can practice with a monitor. The thing is, if it's with headphones, you also can wear you can wear the ear plugs with the headphones, but you're just going to end up turning it up to compensate. But it can't be worse. It can't be worse than just putting it straight into your ear. There's no way.
Shaggy Goo says Batman Bruce Wayne we know is actually a body double for the real Bruce Wayne, who is the lavish playboy the tabloids say he is.
I was trying to work out how sound affects your hearing with a view to helping my dad. And I'm assuming that high frequencies are worse than low frequencies because, number one, they hurt when a really tinny sound goes into your ear.
The deep thing about it is that Bruce Wayne is the actual mask while the Batman is the real person. When his parents passed, he passed along with them.
There's so much deepness about Batman. Why the hell is that such a compelling character? Coffin Sparkle. Hello, Coffin Sparkle. So good to see you. You have been missed. How's Thailand? Mate, we love a bit of Coffin Sparkle. How's the fam, Coffin Sparkle?
Nuka Chronic says, low frec does more damage I think. It's the bass. Older folks lose their high rec range anyways.
Well, yeah, I stopped short of saying it was the high frequencies because I realised I've been to events with ridiculous bass and it destroys your eardrum.
Very busy since the day we last talked XD.
But surely, no, but actually a bass has a lot of force, right? It blows air out the speaker. But the high frequency, there's more oscillations per second, right? More revolutions per second. What would you say? Revolutions? And so those high-pitched sounds sound horrific, right? If you wear earphones. But then the bass is equally harsh, and the bass will go through things. Like the bass will go through the earplug. That's the problem. The earplug won't make any difference. It will go directly through the earplug. It will hardly do any dampening. So maybe it's the bass that's going to get you.
Milkitio Makes Ting says it's the bass sounds that hurt your ears more, I think.
Okay, so yeah, that's why I stopped short of telling my dad that. I said, actually, I don't fucking know. Bruce Wayne. I do love Batman. I love Batman so much. What do you not think of the latest Batman movie?
Says you're setting yourself up for the worst dirty dad joke ever when you go to talk to him because the second you mention the diaphragm inside his ear getting damaged.
Damn. Well, my dad looks awesome at the moment, so I gave him a lot of compliments today.
Nuka Chronic says, bass causes more pressure waves and shock to the eardrum and inner ear. Ajay says, Johnny, another old classic RPG you play is called Final Fantasy Tactics.
Oh yeah? Bloodborne. Bloodborne was quite good yesterday. It was a lot of grinding and working out where to go.
Milkitio Makes Ting says my grandpa worked in factories and with explosives later in life so lost his hearing pretty fast.
Wow. Explosives. Testing out the explosives.
Ajay says should play. Coffin Spickle says, there's one comic where Martha is Joker and Batdad as well. Batman, I wanna read that one.
Martha? Who's Martha? Oh, that's the bird. That was in Nolan's film, but I've never seen her in the comics, right? Wasn't that Martha? Wasn't she part of the League of Shadows? Something like that. Yeah, this has to be the last cigar. It's getting ridiculous, man. It's getting ridiculous. I smoked one yesterday on my own. That's when I knew it's gone too far. When you're doing shit on your own, it's gone too far. And I smoked the American one that I bought. It's called Christoph, and it's typical American name, Vengeance Perfecto. It was nasty. Oh.
Milkitio Makes Ting says, Martha is his mum lol.
It's very Freudian.
Your hearing is all predicated on air pressure. More pressure plus worse for ears.
Nuka Chronic, is there anything you can't do or that you don't know? Just love Batman. I love the design of the Batsuit from the Nolan Dark Knight Rises and the Dark Knight. There's never been a better Batsuit than that. I mean, it was just raw perfection. It looks so cool. I love that Batsuit. That is, for me, is the Batsuit for eternity.
Nuka Chronic says, ment equals lol. When I don't know something, I try to learn. Such is life.
Nuka, you're the man. How's your busy brain, Nuka Chronic? Eardrum burst. Yeah, my brother's eardrum burst. Yeah, and he was in agony. He was like crying when he was a kid, and it's like there's a lot of leakage lay. I felt really sorry for him. Wow, that's crazy. That can happen.
Ajay says, yeah Johnny, FF Tactics has some balancing issues. It's either an incredible hard game, or you can grind and become so OP to the point where it makes the game broken. Lol. Nuka Chronic says, cramped as ever lol, but thanks for asking.
Nice one, Nuka. Nice one.
Shaggy Goo says actually yeah that's a good idea. Use the drum like an analogy for his ears. You can reskin a drum, you can reskin your ear.
Is there any surgery for the ear? There isn't, right? Like the laser surgery for the eye. Is there something they can do for the ear? Where's Elon Musk when you need him?
Shaggy Goo says can't reskin your ear.
When is the what is it? When is the Tesla taxi coming? The design of that is. Do you know what's so cool is that the richest, most influential guy in the world and most productive guy in the world, not only is a gamer. I stopped reading his biography, but I got a lot from it. I'll get back on it, but that told me he's a proper gamer, and also he loves Blade Runner. The other day he did a Blade Runner quote on X. I mean, how cool is that? The guy's cool.
Coffin Spickle says, Vic, it's not burst like bloody, but I got that once when I'm like 12 off to go hunting with my dad. The shotgun sound is too loud.
Yeah, so my 2-hour run, it's a non-negotiable in my training program, especially according to AI, but I just couldn't, I wasn't up for it yesterday, slept 4.5 hours. AI said, yeah, you could injure yourself, so be careful. Went today, it wasn't happening.
There are highly advanced neural implants now that can enable even people who were born deaf to hear.
Amazing.
It's a technological miracle.
Amazing. I've got to be careful because I like hearing stuff. I think I've been pretty blessed with robust eardrums. Wow, this is getting pretty good. I was thinking about cigars, right? The more you smoke them, they evolve and change. What is quite cringe is when they start reviewing cigars with the terminology typically reserved for reviewing a wine, right? Even that is bad. With a cigar, come on, man. A lot of the cliches are cedary, leathery taste, fruity with notes of apple, all that kind of stuff. Oh God. Notes of apple in the cigar halfway down. Wow, this does smoke well though. It smokes real nice. Right, hold on a sec.
Nuka Chronic says, same here Victoria. Too many rock shows in my teens. Always asking people to repeat themselves lol. Brad W says, Center Stream Labs.
Oh, we got a donation. Without the donation bar. What a legend. Mate, that was... What? Mate, if this is the biggest ever donation from Brad. This is the equivalent of like a $2,000... What was his name? Gary Sanders, Spaceman donation. Whole lot of mercy. Oh my God. Okay.
Coffin Spickle says, if it's Motorhead I don't mind losing 1 or 2 frequency of hearing.
Bro, did he just do?
Alien Cat
Dude,
says,
look at this.
If ChatGPT told you to jump off a cliff, would you?
Alien Cat, how are you, my friends? Out of nowhere, look. We got $50 donation from Brad W. with no comment.
Whiskey I can get. I like sweeter whiskeys that aren't bourbon.
Brad, are you drunk? And look at this. This is off the back of a $20 tip from the same man 5 days before.
Coffin Spickle says, W Brad. Shaggy Goo says Grok please explain. Nuka Chronic says, bread from Brad is the best bread lol.
Oh, absolutely.
Brad W says, don't get too excited.
I'm very excited, bro. $70 from Brad. Man, you've made my day.
Working from home, so I'm just set up to chat and work.
Wicked, perfect. Here to distract you, Alien Cat. You are today's guest. Yo, look at this cigar though. This is going places. Halfway down is going places. Ooh, this is a good one. I can't imagine what it would have been like to... I can't imagine what it would have been like to smoke this on the day that I got it. Because the humidor that this was in is massive and it's proper... It's a walk-in humidor. And honestly, it smelled of ammonia. It was so oily and rich, but even in my crappy, cheapest humidor, it had lost that. It's Mariah. It's Mariah. You on fire. I used to love her back in the days. It was Mariah Carey and Jennifer Aniston when I was like 12. Sweat like 30 years ago.
Shaggy Goo says, man, whatever happened to Jennifer?
I mean, she looked great into the latter years, and it looked like, well, obviously she had some surgery, but it looked like she didn't really do that much to her face, but you always suspect it because she looked so amazing, and then she just went too far with it.
I see. Yeah, they were hot in the 90s.
It's not like Bezos's wife is such a bad look for him. It says so much about who your partner is, and she's just like Ishfay Itlay, you know, Botox injected pincushion.
How about that guy that loved Jennifer Aniston that drove his car through her gate?
I saw that recently. Papaniello. Papaniello's here to tell us about Expedition 33. RJ's telling me to do turn-based games, and I talked about you and your recommendation. I trust you because you're Mr. Sekiro. If you like it, it must be a banger. Papaniello said Expedition 33, 10 out of 10, Kerr. Make sure to like and subscribe. If you like the stream, please make sure to donate on this link. Brad W, thank you so much. That means a lot. That means a lot. I know you're always grafting. That means a hell of a lot. You're a legend, mate. Whoa, this cigar is amazing. Once it gets to this point, I see why they call it the Grand Cru. Jesus. It's a real deal. For realer. What? What is this cigar? This guy's cigar is proper, bruv.
Yellow says, dude, it's good. It's semi-turn based, but with parry and dodge mixed in. It's an absolute blast so far. Ajay says, exactly, Victoria, I know booties.
Yo, this cigar is just
Coffin Spickle says,
luxurious.
how's weather in Tokyo, Johnny? Was it start to getting hot there?
Good question, my friend.
I just talked to a client this morning who was calculating their payroll and using ChatGPT. Now John is asking ChatGPT if he should work out or not. This is how we give them power over us.
It's too late. Exactly. Ellie and Kat, how are you? So, today was the last day where it's going to be, you could go for a run outside, exposed, and it's going to be okay. It was really overcast. Wearing this was okay outside. It was even a tiny bit cold, but as soon as you go into a building, this was a little bit too hot. But it's about to get real in Japan. So today was 20 degrees. Tomorrow and successive days after that are 24, 24, 25, 25, 24, 26, 25, 27, 26. That's where it's going. And at night, 15, 16, 16, 18, it's coming, dude. But nighttime is going to be the time for the next month or so. Soon as July hits.
Ajay says, I know
murder.
There's never wrong with that. No booties, no life. Coffin Spickle says, heat in Japan is nothing like anywhere else. It's kinda dry and blasting heat. Shaggy Goo says, yeah, just accept our overlords and make sure to say thanks.
Corbin, it ain't dry here. It ain't dry. It is insanely humid and wet. It's 100% humidity assault in July and August. It's absolutely savage. I'm actually, when my body starts anticipating how hot it's going to be, I start getting adrenaline. That's how hardcore the summer is. My body's preparing for fight or flight. It's really intensely hot here and humid. For real. So does anyone have any good news? Is there any good news? I'd like to have some good news. What's good? What is good, my friends? Yo, this cigar is another level. That is a cigar. Yes, the one I had yesterday, the American one, Christoph. I read online that it's supposed to be really good, and I just feel anyone will say any cigar is good. It smelled like it had been.
Nielo says 100% humidity back when I was in Florida. Cigars end up juicy like a bratwurst.
Damn. The cigar, it smelled like it had been left in soap to dry. It was just had this really sterile, horrible smell that wasn't like any other cigar that I've smelled.
Let's check the daily psyop. That is my recommended feed.
Yeah, no crazy politics pay though until we're e-monetized, Ray. Please. And it tasted as bad. So here's the thing I've learned about cigars. One thing recently.
Mixing says, good news, my chickens are alive and that's all I got. Ajay says, good news is that duck station is waiting for you to use it, Johnny.
Hooray.
Shaggy Goo says, I know the drill.
Nice, Shaggy. Nice, mate. Yeah, so you can kind of tell what a cigar is gonna taste like from the smell. I mean, it sounds like stating the obvious, but it's like such a direct correlation. It's ridiculous. The smell of this cigar, I thought something was wrong, but I wanted to test if the smell can be average, but the flavor is really good and will surpass the expectation. And it's not the case. It was completely related to the smell.
Says, over fermented tobacco.
It's just the brand. It's called Christoph. It's an American brand, but I think the tobacco's. I don't think the tobacco's from America, but I saw this dude online. I keep getting recommended this cigar stuff now in my algo, which I need to get rid of because I'm addicted, and it's just going to make me think about it more. But he was saying how he's obviously a cigar connoisseur. His whole channel's about it, and he said of all the cigars I smoke, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 are Cubans, and the rest aren't. And he said the thing is with Cubans, there's a lack of consistency, so the roll will be weird or some won't burn properly. But the ones from anywhere else is so reliable, like 9.9 times out of 10, they just smoke perfectly. But there's something about the Cuban, and it just tastes so good. Obviously, their weather conditions are amazing. And I also watched this video. It said that the way they make it hasn't changed for 200 years. So Omnism K has its benefits. They just keep doing the same thing and don't advance. They can't advance with the tech. But for whatever reason, that makes a great cigar. And obviously the weather conditions, and it's Omnis K, right? So it's a bit shonky, the production, and it's not always consistent. But for whatever reason, the Cuban cigars just have that satisfying flavor. And this one, right, by Davidoff, right, Swiss one, not sure where the tobacco's from, but it doesn't have as good a flavor as the Cubans. But it smokes really well, and halfway through, the smoke that's coming out is so satisfying. It's such a luck. It gets so much smoke, and it's so good. So it has its place. Has its place. Woo! Really enjoying this cigar.
Pertniello says, supposedly Cuban soil has a higher lithium content. Makes for a better smoke if I recall.
I love these streams, man. So good to hear all this info that I wouldn't get otherwise. I'm blessed. I mean, exactly what you said there's brought back my thought when I was watching these videos on YouTube, which is obviously the soil and what's contained in the soil, and the weather's going to change it. It's like a truffle, right? Truffles from different regions are going to taste different and have different colors and stuff depending on the soil, right? And it's the same with tobacco. Like the quality of the soil is going to change the smoke. So something about Cubans is just insanely good. But this has to be the last until July the 1st.
I'd be questioning ethyl format if it tastes clean and slightly citrusy. It's used as a pesticide and antifungal and is derived from raspberries off the top of my head.
Yeah, the American Christoph cigar it wasn't disgusting, but it's like when you eat some food and something's not quite right with it and you just can't continue. It really, it was nasty. It's kind of outrageously bad, but I should have known from the smell. I won't make that mistake again. I wish I had smoked this a few days ago, though.
Alien Cat says, maybe it's like the Stradivarius violin. Nowhere else on the planet can make the wood the way it happened back then.
It's one of those things, man. It's like that for a reason, but obviously partly you're paying for the brand. This mini documentary said that Cohiba is the Cuban cigar.
Who says like when you bite into the pith of an orange?
It's worse than that. Ali, it's worse.
Coffin Spickle says, Imar note from Shaggy. Ajay says, Johnny, check out a forthcoming action game called Watchung, Fallen Feathers. Looks like a combination between Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong.
Oh, the chicken's ready, bruv. Hear that ping of the oven. Get so excited. I wish I'd smoked this cigar when I got it. Because when I got it had this insane ammonia smell. I just thought, what on earth is that? And it's gone when it was in my humidor. And I finally got my humidor. It actually has almost too much humidity, which with hindsight is right because it was so moist. But all of that ammonia smell's gone. I wish I had smoked it straight away. Or maybe you're not supposed to. Maybe you're supposed to leave it a bit. But I don't think so. It'd obviously been in the humidor, walk-in humidor in the shop for a while. I wish I had smoked it. I'm going to have to buy another one just to test it. Then I'll really give up. No, this is the last one. You know, it's going to give me yellow teeth as well. I just can't keep doing it. But I've been kind of blessed with being very sensitive to stimuli, which means it's very hard for me to get really addicted to anything. And if I do, I just can't tolerate it. And already yesterday I felt nasty after doing it. And I'm getting that nasty feeling, so it has to stop.
I have a bit of a background in pest control, and a general rule of thumb is not to inhale ammonia-smelling things.
So maybe I did the right thing by not smoking it at that time.
Ajay says, don't ignore my request, damn it.
Sorry.
Look it up, Johnny.
Sorry, Ajay. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. Is it like Black Myth Wukong? Okay, yeah, it is. You already answered my question. Really? It sounds like a bit of a parody, right? Ooh. The crazy thing about a cigar is it's not mild, but it's definitely not as acerbic as the Monte Cristo. And it's still not quite as powerful as the Romeo e Julieta, the Wired Churchill. So you can just go at it. You can just indulge yourself. Just to remind you, it's The Grand Cru by Davidoff. Toro. So I have to prove to myself that for the first time in my life, I can do things in moderation. Because if I can't, then I just have to give up cigars permanently, and I don't want to do that. I want this to be the new thing. Is I can do things in moderation. That would mean one day I could have a ramen. I think with food though, you know what I'm like with food. Man, the chicken's gonna be so good in that. I can just, woo, gonna munch that in a bit. Are we gonna do some Civilization after this? I think we are. Brad, thank you for the donation.
Ajay says, shut up Milky, I'm giving him an important request.
Ajay causing chaos in the comments. So am I looking this up then? Okay, I'll look it up. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers console game. Am I going to react to this? This isn't going to get the stream and bay, is it? But this looks like a kind of fan-made homage to Black Myth. I mean, it obviously is. Developed by Lenzi, a female pirate.
Milkitia makes Ting says he's turning on me hell. Ajay says, yes, react. Do
right.
it.
If I watch it, Ajay, we're gonna calm Ajay down. Take Milky out the firing line. What? Okay, I'm gonna watch this. This looks like it was made by a small development team. All right, let's react to Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Coffin Spickle says, oh, it's made with Unreal Engine 5.
I mean, what isn't made with Unreal Engine 5 these days? All right, here we go. I'll be the judge.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you.
Oh, that looks cool. It's a Souls-like game. Oh, mate, Unreal 5 is very ugly, I have to say. This reminds me of Wukong too much. I'm getting trauma now. Not sure about this, Ajay.
The gift changes you.
This is like the Sheen version of Amazon.
Every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
I'll probably get it though, just because I'm so starved for Souls-likes.
Who dares to question my will? Standing in the way of my redemption.
The main character is kind of a babe though, which is great. That was the Sekiro thing, wasn't it? That was an unblockable kanji, right? Am I right? It's a super small development team? There's going to be Easter egg. This is the same as every game. They put this at the end, right? I guess you have to. That's quite babylicious though. Interesting. I mean, thanks, Ajay. I'll probably get that, man. Probably get that. What a time to be alive to experience awesome games from Asia. Okay. That looks quite good. I think that looks quite good. So when was that announced? That just came out the blue. Where's that game that was it's a Souls-like and it's very black in aesthetic, very charcoal, and the graphics looks amazing. It's also developed by China like Wukong, but it's really similar to Wukong. Slubsy Wubsy. How you doing, Slubs?
Coffin Spickle says, it's a little bit like Kazan. Milkitia makes Ting says, I put Unreal 5 in all my meals. Alien Cat says, superhero landing. Ajay says, it was still worth reacting and giving your impression. I feel calm now. Lol. Shaggy Goo says, oh yeah, I got into the Dune Awakening beta. It's very milquetoast and bland in my opinion. Slub says not feeling it. Coffin Spickle says, Lies of P.
Lies of P will be done. I know everyone loves it. I will do it. My best mate said it's brilliant, so I will play it. I will definitely play that. I really want to play a football game, but all we have is FIFA and eFootball.
Is more steampunky.
Right. Covin Sparkle, have you played Lies of P? Slav seems to have played all these games and yet not have played all these games. Slavs, by the way, we're reining it in a little bit.
Ajay says, Johnny, how about Crimson Desert game?
Slavs, please don't say anything crazy to get like mashed by the algo. That's the current protocol. Asking a Scotsman to hold his tongue is like politely asking a volcano not to erupt. Isn't it? Slubs? I was going to say something, but it's just everything I say is just bannable.
Coffin Spickle says, yes, but I kinda addict to Armor Core 6 at that time, so I didn't continue Lies of P yet.
Let's see what's happening with your comments,
What's
Victoria.
been happening?
Nothing, but I basically I'm rebranding the channel and just making it like just more milk toast. And then for the crazy chat at the end, we're gonna go on over to Rumble, Bumble, Stumble, Piping, or Apple Crumble. That's how it's gonna work. That's how it's gonna work, my man. Bro, I had a really sick conversation with my neighbor. I don't know, like the place where I live.
Ajay says, Johnny,
Try
check out
comment now,
Crimson
Victoria.
Desert. Don't worry, it looks nothing like the trailer you watched. It's an open world action game. Shaggy Goo says there is an American football game crossed with Warhammer called Blood Bowl.
Do you remember those games like that on the Mega Drive? What was it called? Techno Bowl or something? It's probably on the Amiga as well. I remember a game where you had an orb, you threw the orb around and you just had to run into the goal with it. It was great. Well, probably is terrible by today's standards, but back then it was kind of good. Do you know what I'm talking about? No, you ain't. Is it coming, Victoria? Victoria, it's basically
Slub says Speedball.
it's the quotation marks. I'm gonna have to switch that up as soon as possible. Speedball, man, wasn't that good? Let's put on this game that I was just thinking of, because it's gonna be one of those things where it's gonna shatter my rose tinted view on this game. Speedball. Do you think that they made that name like that on purpose, like Ugdre influence?
Slub says Bitmap Brothers.
Wow, Slubs is on the ball, on the speedball.
Coffin
Oh, Speedball 2.
I searched it up and I only found the pic of drugs lol.
Yeah. Speedball 2. There was no Speedball 1 on the Mega Drive. I remember this being really great, but it's probably going to be terrible. Let's check it out. Tell me what you lot think. You are my guests. You're today's guests. Bitmap Brothers, see? Slubs is a fountain of knowledge. Oh my god. Steady on, Gov. Fuck it, mate. Year 2095. Okay, this looks great. Look at this. Corruption and violence. Force the game underground.
Shaggy Goose says getting MIDI bombed in 2025.
Oh my goodness.
Coffin Spickle says, we going retro with this banger.
Hell yeah.
Says the BR sound.
Unregulated and ungoverned, the game degenerates. Well, I mean, that's an interesting comment. It should be governed. Mate, the free market is evil. Well, if it's come to this, it probably is evil. Attempting to regain public interest in the sport is reorganized. But it's gone underground, and how are you going to do that? Speedball 2 is born. So is the first one Speedball 2? This is quite deep. 5 years later, a new team emerges. Look at this dude standing there with his hands on his hips against the whole Coliseum. The new team is Brutal Deluxe. That's a wicked name. Dude, it's Art Deco as well. This is so this is a good game. Wait till it starts though. Production team. Design. Eric Matthews. I like this boss standing there with his hands on his hips against the whole Coliseum. Additional design. Steve Kelly. Shout out Graham Boxall as well. Alright, let's get to it. Oh my god, look at this. Trains going by.
Get ready.
Oh my god. Ah, this looks... Yeah, it doesn't look very good, does it? Oh, I knew it would be like this. It just looks like a bunch of Robocops. Oh, look at that! I never knew about that. I literally never knew about that.
Replay.
Oh, you lob it in there, yeah. Oh, he's done like he's actually lobbed it in there.
Get ready.
Shaggy Goose says it's a product of its time.
This is mental because part of the gameplay is unintentionally influenced by the close-cut camera angle. You can't really see what's off screen, so it just changes how the game plays. And just, yeah, I think that's kind of unintentional. When they made it, they probably imagined it, you know, you've got this whole pitch and we can pass to anyone. But then when they found the best angle, they realized that it kind of makes the game like a massive guessing game. You can't, there's no map as well to see where the other players are. What's that disc on the floor? This is very dystopian. Oh look, Ricochet.
Says, bro knee sliding half field.
Well, he's got metal knees.
Get ready.
See, this is very 90s, right? It's this gritty madness. Robocop, Terminator. Actually, Terminator was 1990. Why was this era like this? Of just... I don't... Well, it's just...
Milkitio makes Ting says, which part of you is Robo Victoria?
90s was gritty and tough. Look at it. And just cool. I think the kind of... It's becoming clear in the 90s that robotics is going to be everything in the future. So everyone's imagining what it's going to be like. Victoria, it is good that you're not on text-to-speech. I think I've seen enough of this game. Yeah, that looks very tedious. Yeah, so I predicted right. It probably isn't that... I mean, until we play it, I can't really confirm, but it's another one of those games where when you were younger, you thought it was amazing, and then when you see it later, you think, I used to be entertained playing that. Quite a madness. Quite the madness. Yeah, these cigars that are not Cubans, they smoke.
Remember Mitchell J. Fox was fired in the future on 4 fax machines at the same time. Coffin Spickle says, hey, but Contra is eternal, no?
I think depends which Contra. I never really liked Contra that much because it's too difficult. But with hindsight, that's exactly my bag nowadays. So maybe we need to go into the Contra. Is it possible to do that without using the lives cheat? I mean, there's always a lives cheat on a Contra, right? Everyone, that's part of the... It's just part of the series.
Kittier makes Ting says, Lord have mercy, Victoria Mayo.
Because they're telling you this is designed to be a really hard game. But we know we're aware of the fact it's hard. Sensible Soccer, mate. I remember that. Sensible Soccer. I remember playing that with my cousin and I was so good at it. I must have won at least 30, 40. No, at least 20 or 30. Max for 40, 50 in a row. Never lost.
Except you do a 2 players. I still can play the jungle theme riff lol. Shaggy Goo says Contra is eternal since Metal Slug was a Contra clone and is still going to this day.
True. Yeah, the spirit lives on. And I knew the game so well. Obviously, it wasn't in real time. So when it got to 90 minutes, it was 3 seconds. It was over. And he finally got it. He was beating me by 1 goal. And it went to 90. So there's no way I could possibly have equalized. I paused the game, threw a tantrum, pressed all the buttons. When I unpaused it, somehow it went on for another 20 seconds. I scored, then overturned it and won. So there must be this hidden thing in the game. You can get some extra time. It didn't make sense. I remember just doing what I could when I paused it. Just praying something would go right. And the superstitious side of me somehow won. I don't know how that happened. Alien Cat, are you still there? Does anyone else have some good news for me? Mate, you know Night Rain. Elden Ring Night Rain is coming, everyone. And it's going to be... I know this is going to be a banger. Alien Cat, I really need to... I need to fix this arcade. So I'm ready to make it happen, bro. I'm not going to let you down if we arrange a time. I need to basically put the new joystick in. But the problem is, all the buttons, the screw is on the top, and obviously the connections are underneath. To take that cover off, to replace the joystick, need to take off all the buttons, and then underneath the buttons, something's screwed in. And also, the buttons, they're all soldered. What those connections where you don't need a solder anymore, you just plug it in.
I need news. How is the cinnamon dog?
Cinnamon dog? Sounds like fun. I was thinking about getting a hamster and calling it Pfeffermilliog. I was really thinking about that. But then I thought, nah, I can't get a hamster, cur. Shall I get a hamster? Cinnamon roll, the cinnamon dog. I can see it, it's over there. Am I bringing it out? I gave Winnie the Pooh away to my gym owner. He was literally, there's a picture of him in a face-off for the UFC with Dana White in the middle separating them. He actually did UFC for a bit. I gave it to him. He's got 3 very young kids. I think 1 boy and 2 girls. And Japanese people love Disney. And I showed it to him. And he said, oh, ine, Pooh-san. So I gave it to him. He seemed happy. He didn't want the purple dolphin. The purple dolphin I still have. That's right, Alien Cat. And I got that specifically for that reason. I mean, look, I even got this magnifying glass with the clips, mainly for the clips, because you can't solder without these clips. I was doing it before trying to hold it. It was a mess. But this is what I got.
Hamsters never pass of natural causes. There's always a terrible story associated with them.
Not me, luckily, but I did nearly something bad could have happened. Remind me to tell you. You see, look, it's just one connection. You see the little pins? Boom, it goes on there. Right now, it's 4 connections soldered on. I've got to unscrew everything, which I'm really not looking forward to. But that's it, really. I just need to put this one in. But the thing is, I should do it with this other joystick as well. Or I could leave it and let anyone who plays against me be at a massive disadvantage.
Milkitia makes Ting says they are field animals. They are meant to be eaten by large birds and snakes lol.
ChatGPT was really encouraging me to get a hamster. I said, surely it needs sunlight. And he goes, no, actually, they don't need and they don't want sunlight. They're not supposed to have it. They're designed to be underground the whole time. I said, really?
Do you take gifts from physical games from your viewers as a request?
I mean, I wouldn't say no. Absolutely wouldn't say no. You know this is a good cigar because when you pull on it and it's not lit, it actually doesn't taste like a camel's ash.
Alien Cat says ChatGPT again.
It's going to be like everything, right? Do you remember when we used to be able to buy ungays and then they regulated them? Do you remember when in England people could buy tigers and mad animals from Harrods? Do you remember when we used to be able to just use the internet without being destroyed? It's going to be the same with ChatGPT. Like, do you remember when we used to be able to use it? The government takes like 3 or 4 years to work it out, and they're definitely they're going to do something with it because it's giving so much honest info about everything. I feel like these are the last times. Enjoy it while you can. And they're going to use a lawsuit as a reason to shut it down. They're going to say, oh, it told me to do this, and then there was an ASME ooting shay or something like that, and that's going to be the pretext to regulate it, centralize it. But at some point, there's got to be lawsuits coming where it told me to do this, and then this happened.
It has been useful to analyze data without bias.
It told me to eat 700 grams of chicken, which is ready.
Coffin Spickle says, I have to warn you about the Souls game thing. Try not get baited by these game Kaz and the last Berserker and AI limit. I've tried it. Finished it. It may look soul-like but it lacks souls.
I know, I'm sure I'll be like that.
I was thinking about if you would take the request. I may be one of them who could buy you a game and send it to your home address or something. Alien Cat says, in the medical world people are retroactively going through studies and rejudging their conclusions. Brad W says, there's videos on YouTube where they put hamsters in a giant aquarium with a natural environment and they burrow and get feral.
So I actually feel less guilt about Bogey because I thought maybe I didn't give him enough sunlight. And I remember a few days before he passed away, I took him outside and I knew him very well. I wouldn't try to escape or anything. And I remember he was in the sun and it looked like he hadn't seen the sun in so long and he kind of was enjoying it. I mean, who knows, but I felt really guilty. The thing is, his cage was way too small, but I got him Bogeyland, right? I got him that playpen and used to put him in there. Shall I get another hamster? I can't. It would be so good. I'm starting to feel, yeah, it's too.
Only last 2 years.
Should I just say, uck it, Faye, and get a dog and just throw caution to the wind? In this little apartment, that would be so messed up. Should I get a dog? No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't do that. I've got a neighbour. He could look after it. A foreigner like me moved into the building. I couldn't believe it.
Shaggy Goo says, what about a rat?
They're just a bit. I like fluffy and cute. What movie am I thinking of where there's like a little fluffy thing, a science fiction thing, and it stays in the pocket of the main character, other than Flight of the Navigator? Maybe it's that, but that's my feeling. I like these small little things. It's the Frodo narrative. It's small, but don't underestimate it because it has hidden depths and it's actually stronger than you think in other ways. No, turtles are I'm not into reptiles really. And I said this the other day, but I don't want my pet to outlive me.
Shaggy Goo says, Horton, here's a who.
I'm missing London a bit. I would like to go back soon. Go back with a 6-pack to London.
Alien Cat says, you old people here will get this reference. How about a tribble? Coffin Spickle says, unpopular opinion. Snake, it doesn't bite your electric cords and you can take him outside with you at DJ booth.
Oh, you mean like while I'm DJing, to take it with me? Yeah, but like they're a bit bitey. I remember my friend had a snake, and of course your first automatic thought is it going to bite? And she said, no. She picked it up and it got stuck in her earring and it was trying to bite her, but it kept biting her hair. She was turning her face around. I thought, no, I'm done with this. I'm not a fan of those at all. What's a tribble?
Alien Cat says, you could be a Bond henchman. Ajay says, maybe I can train you to get 6-packs Johnny semicolon.
Please, Ajay, what's the deal? But like, is it just me or the genetics of Akblay Epelpay seem to be conducive to an Iksay Akpay? Because often you see these young Akblay Ood days and they're just so unbelievably ripped.
Says get a duck. Shaggy Goo says what about a crow?
Six pack is like freaking it. I mean, one of my mates had a six pack and he hardly did any training, and he just obviously when you're younger, your metabolism is beast mode. I don't know how to admit this. I wanted to think it was always a myth and an excuse, and that you just eat more as you get older habitually, but it's definitely a thing, man.
Ajay says milky.
Get a duck. What, in here? That would be quite nice. A fluffy duck holding it.
Brad W says, just start feeding crows, they will reward you and bring money and jewelry. Just don't ask any questions.
Oh, man. Yeah, but the crow is going to start pecking at things. It's definitely going to be destructive and do weird things.
Coffin Spickle says my friend said crow can learn how to speak and I swear I heard it once, please confirm that I'm tripping. Brad W says, well, great minds think alike. Ajay says, nah Milky, he has duck station. Milkitia makes ting says you can make him a duck station.
Oh my god. Great minds do think alike. Wow, wait. 2 crows and 2 ducks at the same time? What a coincidence. It's fate. The animal, the pet idea is calling me now. Crows can speak? No.
Cat says duck poop everywhere.
That, mate, there's no way. Not in this little tiny. But okay, the other thing is a sugar glider would be cool.
I'm tripping, lol.
But sugar gliders need big cages.
Milkitia makes ting says you have to split their tongues though. Alien Cat says, crows are smart as hell. Pertniello says, crows can mimic. They are too smart though. Feathered menaces. Slot says yes, all crows are intelligent. Brad W says, I didn't read Shaggy say that either.
I want to go back to the UK in the summer, but I just don't think it's going to happen again. I thought I might be able to. I was trying to, but it's just, yeah, I don't think the money's going to quite be there. So it's going to be a Christmas thing. It's so long to go back to the UK. I'm ready to go back, man. Just soon. I do miss England. England. When I go back to England, I want to go to either Scotland or Ireland. Right. No messed up comments, y'all. I know what you're thinking. No.
Brad W says, and farm?
No, I really super dislike insects. It's horrible. Mindless drones. Rook. The menace. Alright, Victoria, the mistress of menace. Oof. Dude, it's time to eat some chicken, and I'm ready for the chicken. I'm super ready for that chicken. 700 grams.
Coffin Spickle says, since you're in Japan, rhinoceros beetle are popular in some part of Japan too.
Facts, yeah. They've got this weird thing with insects from a Brit's perspective, and it's because there's so many insects here because of the wet and prolonged hot season. It's insect heaven. So there's a lot of bug catching culture in Japan. So dad will go out and catch all these bugs and beetles and dragonflies and all kinds of mad stuff and pick it up. Stag beetles are super cool though, right? There's in all the mech design, there's always some weird beetle design because it's part of their culture, insect catching. What am I looking up? Six-pack strategy and plan.
Johnny, isn't there a machine at your gym to build 6-packs? Milkitia makes ting says not an insect, but I had a jumping spider who liked to hang out with me when I smoke. Those buggers are smart.
They're pretty good at getting away. 700 grams. Okay. I'm asking ChatGPT, no grapefruit? I said to it, this is it. from today, it's actually Spartan militant mode. It's already been pretty militant the last 5 weeks, but we're pushing the last 7. It knows exactly what my target is, and I told it, don't glaze me. Correct, no grapefruit today. You train hard, but Monday is zero mercy. Okay, ChatGPT. Okay, bro. All right, I'll follow your advice. Right, here comes the fiend. Since this is the last, the last one for a while. This is that, see how, this is like proper addict behavior. Want to take off this thing. Okay, we're not going to smoke it past there. God forbid.
Alien Cat says, see Momley's brine shrimp I feed to my fish, but how about the picture they put on the packaging?
Oh my God, I remember getting those. And then my cousin found out what they were. And he just bought the stock edition for feeding and not recreation. And he just put it into water and it was just black with sea monkeys. That is some crazy stuff.
Alien Cat says monkeys.
Ellie, can we arrange a time to do this arcade thing? Or are you too busy?
Coffin Spickle says, why did Vic message not on sound?
Because she put quotation marks around her name at my behest. So it would read out the menace, but the text-to-speech doesn't like it, and she can't change her name back for 2 weeks because YouTube doesn't like it when you change your name too much.
Alien Cat says, we can arrange a time, but I need pictures of your existing machine.
What pics you need? Just the guts? I think this is done.
Alien Cat says, so I can see how it's wired, and then can you send me the link to where you bought the one you have?
Sure. I mean, yeah, how am I gonna do this?
Alien Cat says, I need to see the contacts on your joystick.
Mate, did I can't even remember what I bought now. Okay. Right, that's it. That was good. It's a good smoke. It's not as good as a Cuban though.
Coffin Spickle says, send the machine diagram.
There's got to be a non-Cuban that's as good as a Cuban, that's cheaper than a Cuban, and it smokes and tastes like a Cuban. There has to be, no? There has to be. Victoria.
Alien Cat says, it's probably up, down, left, right in a common with an LED light contact.
Alright, food is coming.
Ajay says, Johnny, take some small steps at the time. Lie down on the floor on your back with your legs over the bed and try the sit-ups. Alien Cat says, so I'm guessing 6 pins total. Milkitia makes ting says, is he coming back with Cinnamoroll?
my lord. Look at this. Mate, I don't want to pour the grease on my computer, but... Oh, this is going to be so good. This is what I need in my life. And I'll get it out in a second, mate. Oh man, this is what I need. So I cooked this at a slightly lower temperature. Yeah, it's just not... I mean, it's still pretty black, but...
Ajay says, yum.
Mm. Mm-mm. Mm. So, it's my breakfast. 1,800 calories. 700 grams of chicken thigh. With the butter.
Ajay says, nom 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 nom.
I bought some garlic, but when I opened it, every single one of the cloves was all mushy and went moldy. Only one was not. Luckily I had one, but I sacrificed the sauce and vibe a bit because I didn't have enough garlic cloves. No cinnamon roll, not yet. Not quite yet.
Coffin Spickle says, the crunch hum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there's a couple of things I'm kind of learning how to make. And I'm getting better at it. Chicken, I'm quite a beast. Gary Von Merbach.
Eat them chicken and build some 6-packs.
Exactly. Von Merbach said you got to put lemon on it. That's true. Slices of lemon on the roast, it just adds so much to the flavour. It's out of control. Lemon slices. Garlic cloves.
Niello says, I've been making this marinade. Soy sauce cup, 2 lemons juiced, bunch of green onions, and Thai chilies.
Ooh.
Works on everything and so good.
I mean, that sounds proper. I really imagine that. I really imagine that working. Mm. Woo! Oh my god. That piece was cooked so well. See, this is the lemon. I even eat the lemon.
Coffin Spickle says, Thai chili, man of culture perk bro.
Perp, yeah, Coffin Sparkle's in Thailand. I love the way we got a Thai viewer. Coffin Sparkle, do you have a YouTube channel? The Sparkly Coffin. Man.
Niello says, yeah, those bird's eye ones. Hard to find in the States though.
Bird's eye? Damn. Oh my god. Dude, chicken thigh is outrageous. So much flavour on a chicken thigh. Breast is different. Breast is not like this. Dude, that tastes... I wish I could share this with you lot.
Coffin Spickle says, oh no, I quit last year, now I enjoy watching people having fun streaming.
Okay. So, I went on to Milkity's YouTube channel yesterday. Milkitia is making Japanese Sanrio characters. Little models and stuff, obviously for the kids. Damn, this tastes pretty good. Not gonna lie. Bro, I'm happy. I'm content.
Coffin Spickle says, would you mind if I follow you to Milky T makes tings? Milkitio makes tings says yeah it's hard to keep on with their requests lol.
Milky, I see. I was checking out what you're doing. Milky did an animation as well with a bee. Quite a basic one, but the initial drawing was good. She's an artist. That animation screamed, man, this is a lot of work.
Ajay says,
I'm
chicken
just gonna
breast
put this out there.
Try some chicken booty sometimes Johnny.
Dude, in Japan that's called bonjiri, chicken tail. It's just a chicken butt. People don't go for it because of the name.
I would not mind,
It's
thank you, Mom.
amazing. It's super delicious.
Coffin Spickle says, Monhan wild content, instant sub. Princess Smiley Face says, hi everyone.
Princess Smiley Face, you know we love you. Princess Smiley Face, how are you today? How is your 2-year-old daughter? Is she causing chaos as usual? I'm assuming yes.
Brad W says, why am I only now hearing Milky has a channel?
Yeah, Milky does.
Ajay says, hello Princess Smiley Face, long time no see. Milkitio makes ting says, I've been wanting to private that B video but one of my favorite YouTubers commented on it so I can't now. Coffin Spickle says, hello your majesty Smiley.
Majesty.
Princess Smiley Face says, snapping lol, and hi Ajay, I am whirling overtime like crazy.
So I just ate that garlic clove from the moldy
Princess
bunch.
Smiley Face says, hi Coffin.
It's alright. I'll survive. Should not have put that in there, obviously. Wow. Took one for the team there. Bloody hell. Yeah, with more garlic cloves, it's just another level.
Princess Smiley Face says, hi Victoria. Milkitio makes ting says oh Coffin a real fan they call it Monhan.
Mm. 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 My lords. Mm. It's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, man. Got to savor it.
Coffin Spickle says, love the fatalist Kiromi.
Alright, part 2. As you can see. That's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner for the whole day. Can you believe that? That's not very much, is it? Doesn't feel like. But I mean, 1,800 calories is in there. Chicken thigh is pretty fatty. And then the 50 grams of butter on it altogether. Apparently that's 1,800 cal.
Milkitio makes ting says thank you Kiromi is my daughter's favorite.
Nice one, Princess Smiley. Hence you're here. You got a little bit of time to yourself. What are you doing today, Princess Smiley Face? Other than smiling. Smiling is a responsibility for kids, isn't it? You got to smile at kids. Anytime a kid looks at me, I always like a little smile. You want it to feel confident about the world, right? And have faith in people.
Milkitio makes ting says Mayo I'm going to start calling seconds part 2 Mayo. Princess Smiley Face says lol, working overtime all month long with work.
Good for you, Princess. Glad to hear it. Bringing in the dough.
Coffin Spickle says, do you know Sanrio Johnny? I want to try react to character named Ritsuko.
Of course.
Milkitio Makes Ting says, I'm on part 4 of my meal.
I do know Sanrio. The little merman thing. Is it a merman? I always forget that name. Kuromi I know. My Melody I know. Cinnamoroll I know. Of course, Hello Kitty. Tuxedo Sam. What's the frog? It's like, what's his name again? Not Pepe. This is going to be a messed up week. Because going from 2,250 calories to 1,800 because my weight is down. Now I have to downgrade my calories.
Milkitio Makes Ting says, how do you manage that, Victoria? Coffin Spickle says, you gonna love Agretsuko, trust 100%.
So yeah, readjusting to less calories. My body is going to reject it. It's going to, I don't know, sleep's probably going to be a bit weird.
The masks did a job on the kids in that generation. Some are even having trouble talking.
Agretsuko? What is that?
Brad W says, sorry, no analytics, my bad.
All good. Damn, Victoria. This doesn't really feel like a lot of food, does it?
Coffin Spickle says, she's a special in Sanrio genre.
Mate, I honestly believe that high fat is super, super healthy. Whole food, chicken, butter, and or olive oil, coconut oil. Those are the only oils, no seed oils, none of that. You don't have any glycogen floating around in the system because you're eating loads of fat. And that's like inflammatory, right? It just when I see a great white shark's behavior to survive, of course it's different, it's a fish, but you look at most animals and look at an apex predator, right? Great example of what animals eat. The great white shark will go for something fatty like a seal because it just keeps it going. The orcas will take out the great white shark's liver, the fatty part. It just makes sense to me to eat a lot of fatty meat and protein. I don't know, am I not reasoning right here? It just seems to make logical sense. If you wanted to make an animal have a best chance of survival, I wouldn't give it fast burn carbs. Like some of it maybe, but you want it to eat this big, substantial, fatty animal, right? I mean, how blessed am I? How blessed. Okay, thank you, Alien Cat. It just makes logical sense to me.
Alien Cat says, Dr. Cat agrees with you.
I'm very curious about caffeine.
Milkitio Makes Ting says, wanting to eat the fatty bits of an animal. Johnny confirmed yokai.
What's yokai? Is that a monster? Well, down to the last couple of bites of my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also, doing one meal a day like this, it's so convenient. It just saves so much time. It tastes better as well. It's got to be good for longevity doing 1 meal a day as well. It has to be. Because stressing the body to a reasonable degree makes the body become stronger to deal with that stress. So surely not eating and then eating all in one go, it's gonna make through that adversity the body's gonna adapt and become strong to deal with it. Isn't that the case? And isn't it going to become really efficient?
Cat says, fasting let your liver take a break from processing food and work on the toxins in your body.
Okay, that's what I wanted to say. Damn, not exactly. It's like a genie. All right, we're on the last piece. Oh, wow. Well, I have to say, that was rather good. And that feels like enough, just about. It's not very much though, is it really? Can't be that much protein in all of that. I mean, there's a fair amount, but I think...
Coffin Spickle says, in Japan there are Mononoke, Yake, Yuri, which is like tier 1-3 of spirit things.
Oh, interesting. Tier 1 to 3, what's tier 4? Because the thing is, if on this diet, you need a ton of protein. There's less protein in chicken thigh. Now, there's got to be enough protein. How much protein in 100 grams of chicken thigh? ChatGPT.
Makes things says, where does Ayakashi fall?
I like licking knives. Okay, I'm done. That's it. That is it, Kurt.
Shaggy Goo says, alright, finally cracked the shit with Opera. Back to letting Google directly yoink my data lol. Coffin Spickle says, oh yeah, Ayakashi is kind borderline local god, some of them have a shrine.
So, I'm going to have some water, Kurt. Okay, simple. Very simple. Wow, that was a lot of fun. Wicked cigar, coffee, chicken thigh.
Says, my son made me food, it's just potatoes.
Spoke with my dad, got to speak with you. I'm not afraid to say, thank you, Lord, for all of these beautiful gifts you have given me. Amen.
Coffin Spickle says, thank you, Lord, amen.
Save the clock tower. Save the clock tower. Oof. Shout out Mother Massacre. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I tried to give my mum a call, but I couldn't get through. I have to give her a call tonight, see what she's up to. Oh, my mum left a big message though. See what mum said.
Princess Smiley Face says, happy Mother's Day, everyone.
Happy Mother's Day, mate, especially to Princess Smiley Face, the literal mother, and Victoria. My mum said, "Thank you so much. Mother's Day in Germany. How nice of you to remember. Just got indoors, been gardening all afternoon. My neighbour's trees' bushes are taking over the garden. Nothing ever gets pruned at their side. Very costly to have that massive tree by the shed cut back, including the holly tree. Around £700, and there's nothing I can do. The cost is down to me."
Says, Happy Mother's Day, Johnny's mum. Princess Smiley Face says, thank you.
You're welcome. Going to leave until next year. House needs a coat of paint. I try to keep it in good condition. A house that's over 100 years old is expensive to maintain. Oh, see, this is why I need to fucking blow up so I can cut my mum's tree, Kerr. If you want to donate, you can on these links. It goes into there and it goes everywhere. It makes things good. Ooh. So, I mean, that's it. What more is there to do? What more is there to do? It's 12:48 in Tokyo. I feel wide awake. Oh, Lord. What's up, Obreek? Does it? Breek, we have to speak in cryptic language to not destroy the algorithm with that kind of stuff. Oh man. Do you know what a game of cigar, is appropriate for is Civilization, right? July the 1st, we should play Civilization and make a war strategy with a cigar, a Churchill cigar, innit? You know when you're checking your mailbox every day for something? I'm checking my monetization every single day. It's really going to hurt me if they don't allow it. It's still under review. We applied on April 28th. We will review your channel and email you with a decision typically within a month. So it's been about 15 days. Yeah, 15 days, 2 weeks. Please, YouTube, come on, do it. Now, all good, Obreek. How you doing, Obreek? Obreek, are you new here? You've been here a while, I think. Oh, I see synth tracks. Oh, Lord, how you doing, bruv? Where have you been?
Ajay says, I know what to do. Try Thumper. Milkitio makes Ting says, what is code for that day in September though?
Synth tracks, where do I know you from? Where do I know you from? You mean my gaming channel? Yeah, gaming channel did get it did as well. So I think I've got a pretty good grip. I mean, I think especially after chatting to AI, yeah, I'm pretty clear on things. Synth tracks, it's been a long time. What's up, synth tracks? So what's good, synth tracks? What is new, mate? What is new? I feel quite full. I've got some, you know those weird ads that have that kind of trypophobic kind of thing? It's always some round thing. Because for some reason it gets people's attention. What weird times we're living in. I want to go on X, but I know if I go on there, it's just going to be relentless. I know that the Umster tray was doing some wicked stuff. Oh, wicked, bruv. What you DJing, synth? What are you DJing, mate? That's mental, Victoria. Was it like that when you first found it? Oh my god, Breek. Breek is OG. What brought you back, mate? When's the last... Have you ever commented before? That's my question. Bro, I feel quite full. I need to do some stretching tomorrow because really my running today was just insanely bad.
Milkitia Makes Ting says, I think Gaming Channel also got axed. Obreek says I found you from your Star Wars reviews back in the day.
Oh mate, those were the days. Well, those weren't the days. I mean, that's where things started to go. It's no coincidence that everything started to go mad. Star Wars is basically the turning point of when everything. Force Awakens is the exact point where everything started to go messed up. Bro, do you remember the gaming days in the 90s? How free and awesome that was? The games, the Uber Bay. It was so good.
Alien Cat says, we found you back in the days of voting Vey.
We did. Alien Cat, when are we doing this? When are we doing this joystick thing? Alien Cat, here we go. It all makes sense. So what I'm doing is when I unsolder all the cables.
Princess Smiley Face says, I miss just popping a game in and playing it. Now it's wait for download lol.
And now we're going to brick your console if you're messing around from Nintendo.
Alien Cat says looking.
So I have to strip. These are already stripped. Is that stripped? The ends are stripped. I need to solder the current cables. There's four wires. There's 5 wires. 5. So I need to remove the solder from that. And I don't know what it's called, but you get an extra bit of cable. I solder it to this, and then you put the thing over it, and you put a lighter under it, and it shrink wraps to it to keep it to make sure it's not exposed. Then all it is plugging this 5-pin connector female onto this. Boom, and then it's just super sweet and easy.
Down, left, right, plus ground.
Yeah. Okay. Currently, do you know I've got going on? These bits of metal, it's soldered onto this with 8. I don't know. It's soldered onto these bits of metal, 4 or 5 cables, which is bonkers. Okay, what is going on in here?
Alien Cat says, does the joystick have an LED light?
Dude, 8 wires are soldered onto each one of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. So but hang on a minute.
Alien Cat says, joystick.
If it's 8, but there's only 5 here, how the...
Hospital says, where's the 6th pin go?
Oh, no, maybe it... So it's coming from a jammer board. But it's 2 of these connectors, the equivalent of 1 of these. 1 cable.
Alien Cat says, the 6th pin will be LED probably.
This is more complicated than I thought it would be. I'll never be techie enough to really understand this stuff like Alien Cat stands it ever. I mean, it would be easy on a ChatGPT to work this out though. So this is how many cables I've got coming off the jammer board. So a jammer, everyone knows, you can look up jammer in 5 seconds, especially with AI. It's a jammer cable and it's going, it looks like there's 8.
Alien Cat says, all that matters is the final connector you hook it to the box.
I'm actually going to take you inside there, Kerr. Here we go. FaceTime camera, Sony camera. It's actually gone now. I don't know how to get that up, but there's a way to get the iPhone camera popping. Oh, I know what it is. I need to have Wi-Fi on. The wonders of technology. Alright, I'm going to show you what's inside there. Hopefully. Or not.
Ali says, AHHTHA. Alien Cat says, does the new joystick have an LED or is the light in the casing of the box?
Arthur! Ali's here. Ali! But the jewel of the crown has returned. Ali's going to be inserted into the crown. Ali, we all missed you. There she is. Ali, you've been on adventures. I can't wait to hear your stories. Ali, we're toning it down for the YouTube algorithm while I'm E-Ray monetizing me. Arthur! How does this work, Kerr?
Ali says, been on a medical binge.
I see. Got to be careful with the chat, Ali, to not get e-monetized day. Can you talk cryptic, a little bit cryptic, or with slang? It's going to be even more fun, trust. Bro. Oh, that's why. All right, we're going in proper.
Ali says lots of Flintstones vitamins and herbal remedies.
There we go. I'm not sure what Flintstone is, but I can kind of guess. The Ethme on the Iscord day wasn't way outre. Was it, eh?
Milkitia makes ting says, Ali is good at this.
Yes. The jewel in the crown is back. Ali, have you ever played Bloodborne? I mean, if you're trying to level up by killing those golden winged things in Dark Souls 3, I'm assuming that you might have.
Alien Cat says F Flintstone chewable vitamins.
Damn. So...
Ali says nah, I never owned a PlayStation.
Oh, I see. Yeah, my my phone is always asking me whether I want to have it used as a camera for OBS, which is my streaming software, but
Milkitia makes ting says she only has DuckStation.
DuckStation, it's not asking me now. Of all the times I want it, it won't give it to me. The only time I want to use it, it won't give it.
Ajay says,
DuckStation.
I spoke to my chief some weeks ago regarding your Mac. He said that you should keep it if you want to make music and edit videos, but get a good PC if you want to play current games.
Your chief? Who's your chief? Is it King Arthur? Arthur. What are we doing? Video capture device. That VLC video? No, that's not it. Video capture device. Nah, it's not there, bruv. Oh my god. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can't show you it.
Says DuckStation.
Alien Cat, and are you new to the DuckStation? Ducks are a recurring theme here.
Coffin Spickle says, or go Linux and be a tech guy instead lol. Ajay says, yes Johnny, it's King Arthur, just keep it between us in the chat.
Okay, King Arthur told you. I'm listening. Maybe, is it like a Wi-Fi thing? I'm sure it's going to ask me. Come on, bruv.
Alien Cat says, yeah, I'm just picking up the ducking jokes.
Brad's definitely got a really good duck joke. I can feel it coming on strong. Man, there's a lot of Bluetooth devices on here, I can see. Soul too. Wow, there's so many. Wow, it really doesn't want me to show you my... Oh, here we go, yo. Oh my god, lucky days. Right, you want to see some madness, bro?
Video makes ting says, Brad's duck joke cannot be revealed until 2027.
Oh my god, here we go.
Alien Cat says, I can imagine you're picking up everybody's cell phone in the entire building.
You can disconnect to remove this iPhone from the Mac camera list. Thing is, I can't
Ajay
really
says,
see what
Alien
you're
Cat,
seeing.
if you don't have PlayStation, no worries. DuckStation will solve it for you.
Bro, look at... This is a mess. this is the joystick. And you can see here there's 2, and then there's 2, and then there's 2, and then there's 2. So there's 8 connections. And it's all coming from, oh my god, it's all coming from this white wire. I'm pretty sure. So I can't remove the joystick until I remove all of these buttons as well, because the buttons are screwed on here. So I have to remove everything from there in order to disconnect it.
Alien Cat says, can you shake the camera a little bit more? I can almost see what is inside.
How about here? That's the current joystick. Proper old school.
Milkitio makes ting says, Kung Fu hot dog in the house.
Yeah, what's going on? Are you with me, Alien Cat?
Alien Cat says, great name Kung Fu.
Oh my lord. So, yeah, you can see why I've been putting that off. What's up, Kung Fu? How you doing, mate? Long time no see. Basically trying to get E-Ray monetized, mate, and after that, then can take it from there. But it's just got ridiculous, and it's got to the point where I can't get any more Oath Grey, and yeah, even if I want to make a difference, elitically pay.
Johnny, Kung Fu
I need to get Aired Shay again, and then I can make a difference.
It is up to you. I've seen videos, and that's quite a mess.
I mean, I remember when you could buy that off Yahoo auctions in Japan. And oh my lord, this is actually kind of ridiculous. I mean, definitely possible. And I mean, the craftsmanship's really good, but inside the joystick was the wrong way in there, and it was all falling apart. So I don't know who put that together, but it was from China, and it got shut down for some obviously licensing issues, for want of a better expression. But my question is, if it's a 5-pin, how the hell am I going to wire 8 wires to a 5-pin? What am I missing here? Or some of them you don't need for a jammer board. What's the deal with this? Synth tracks.
Alien Cat says, no, I think you're thinking about the wrong way.
Right, synth tracks.
Ajay says, I wonder how much space GTA 6 will require. 2120 gigabytes maybe.
It's probably going to be really small.
Internally it probably has 8 wires, but they combine down to 5.
Right, okay. Alien Cat makes it sound so simple. For me, it's just a constant disaster. And just panic when it comes to looking at that. My brain doesn't want to go in there. It really doesn't. Where's Radio Jim? Serious
Ajay
question.
says 220 gigabytes. Alien Cat says, up, down, left and right are simple on-off switches individually.
So what's the 5th one then? Victoria kind of knows what's up. That's basically true. And I kind of realized that when I was chatting to AI. It just said, man, there's so many red flags absolutely everywhere. It's just...
Alien Cat says, so that's 4 switches with their own plus and minus, giving you 8 wires total internally.
But how am I wiring it to 4, 5 connectors?
Radio Jim.
Mate, we missed the Radio Jim. What happened to the Radio Jim?
Synthtrack says if there is more than 4, 1 is ground and 1 if 5 volt or 12 volt typically.
Mate, Synthtrack, this is why I just love doing streaming. I get to listen to all these smart people.
There are 4 individual up, down, a left, right pluses, but all the minuses are wired together. Synthtrack says for the 5th and 6th.
Synthtrack's an Alien Cat. You should get on the Discord. Alien Cat's on the Discord, but I can't really get hold of him there. But Synthtrax, you should get on the Discord. Are you on the Discord? Look who it is.
Says, hello. I just woke up at 4 a.m. for my workout. Sounds really dedicated. If you didn't know, my sleep schedule is all kinds of crazy anyway. Ha.
Mate, you don't need to explain it to me. I've been there.
Alien Cat says, but he's very busy to Discord.
Understood. This is fate. We've got the 3 electrical engineers in the comments.
I'm not on there, didn't know about it.
Synthrax, can you send me a message on Insta? And I'll give you the link for it.
Shaggy Goo says, sorry, what?
This is, so like, Synthtrax, Chris Campbell, and Alien Cat, all kind of engineer type people. Man, this is the right stream to ask about.
Who says, did someone mention the Discord?
Yeah, it's all good though. Shaggy's just ready. Shaggy is the Discord master who seems to know absolutely everything. It doesn't matter how much I use it. I just feel like such a noob on that thing. Perma noob. I don't know about Discord, man. I don't know about it. Still don't know about it. I was watching a little bit of streams of Consort Radahn, and it's just so entertaining. Man, those were the days. I missed that. Elden Ring is gone.
I know arcades. Owned a lot over the years.
Really?
I'm not going to sleep until I can figure this diagram out. Now I'm very interested about this wiring. Milkitio makes King says it's okay. I don't know about Discord either. Alien Cat says, the light that is around the base of the joystick, is that separate from the joystick? Shaggy Goo says,
good question.
I'm listening to like 4 streams right now and I just picked someone mentioned Discord. I need to sleep.
It's like the bat signal for Shaggy. Any mention of Discord. Synthtrax, can you send me an Insta message right now? I'll give you the Discord. Man, we're going to need you. Because I need... The joysticks are just terrible for Street Fighter. So I bought the proper... What's it called? There's 2 that they use for Street Fighter. And I bought one of the ones that... Like, what was it? Sanwa or something? I bought a proper one.
Synthtrax says just sent.
Oh, yes, mate. Well excited. Okay, excellent.
Milkitio makes Ting says, Shaggy, what is going on, man?
Okay, where's the Synthtrax?
Synthtrax says Sanwa.
Bro, I get loads of spam.
Shaggy Goo says it's 2 a.m. and I'm a goddamn Twitch YouTube Discord mod lol.
There you are. Okay. Nice name, by the way, Synthtrax. Cool avatar as well. Dude, that Mike Tyson with the gummies, did you make that? Are these AI? What is this, dude? Don't tell me you drew that. You did not draw this. You didn't draw that. You did not draw that. No, you definitely didn't. That's too good. That's too good. Not wanting to doubt, but doubt. But it's all AI, right? You didn't draw that with your hand.
Synthtrax says, I make those with AI.
Dude, it's really great. Jesus Christ, mate. Artists are out of a job, and it's all your fault. Oh my lord. Dude, it's great. Oh my lord. So you're deep in the game. You're deep in the AI. Oh my god. You are so deep in the game. Dude, the Tyson one is so good.
Synthtrax says ha 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 ha.
Dude, the Tyson... He's done an AI of Tyson inside a sea of gummies, and it looks amazing.
Cool name Shaggy TGHU. Mr. Lover Lover. Mr. Lover Lover.
Bro, these Tyson gummy ones are freaking unbelievably excellent. Right, I have to show this. Right, look what Synthtrax has done. Bro, how good is that? How good is that?
Who says now I'm literally Zoinks Shaggy.
That is wallpaper caliber. Look at that. And then look at the next one. In the gummies. Look at that. This is so good. Mate, this is brilliant.
Coffin Spickle says, LOL, that's cool.
That's freaking cool. My favorite is the first one, this one. And then this one. That one's also, they're all good. Brilliant, mate. Okay, I'm gonna send you something. Got Arnold in there. Got the Arnold. Wicked. Okay, here we go. So.
Shaggy Goo says me and my friends still use the high school messenger group chat to recreate memes using Meta.
Okay, I'm sending you a link, my man. There you go. Sent.
Shaggy Goo says they will let you put just about anything on a sign that isn't obvious.
Right, it's 1 a.m. I don't know what I should do, but I feel I should be doing something. So I should probably bounce, but it's been 2 hours and it's been
Chris
fun.
Campbell says, why is the stream title The Last One?
You have to go watch from the beginning. That's why I put it, to make you wonder and question. It's the last it's the last cigar. So I had one left over and I smoked one on my own yesterday, which made me realize this is actually this is a proper addiction. So it's the last cigar until July the 1st, if I get a 6-pack. If I do, I'm just going to go shirtless and smoke my cigar on July the 1st, but I'm getting too addicted to cigars. I love it. I love it. And it's going to make my teeth yellow. It's going to make me look old. It's just going to ruin my equipment. And everything is going to go wrong if I keep doing this. The last one. We should really start playing Ajay's gifted games, shouldn't we? Be rude not to. Just, yeah, Civilization 5. I can't even remember how to get it to work, to be honest. The man likes synth tracks. Oh, Lord.
Chris Campbell says, I see. As I understand it, smoking won't harm a 6-pack, but booze will for sure.
We're on the same fitness wavelength, it seems. No, it perversely, it helps the 6-pack, but if tobacco and smoking is helping you make a 6-pack, it's kind of like, it feels a bit like the blood in Bloodborne or the Eternal Life Fountain in Sekiro, where on the surface you think, well, how can this be bad? I'm going to live forever, or I'm going to heal myself, or I'm going to get a 6-pack, but what is the cost? Smoking is not an investment of your time. That's too easy to do. There's going to be some weird cost and fallout to that. Weekend deal. What's this? No. Ooh, I got a message from someone. Or not. So where are my games? Library. Civilization 5.
I'm crashing out. Gonna mute my phone, so feel free to spam messages and I'll get back to you in the morning. Have a good night, sir.
Have a good night, sir. Great to see you, man, on the YouTubes.
Get my gifted games too.
Oh yeah, man, we're gonna have to do this out of respect, at the very least. Man, I tried to get Civilization 5 working on my dad's PC for cross-platform with a Mac. It's basically impossible. I downloaded Wineskin and everything. It was just... It was just... Civilization 5? I can't even boot it. How do I boot this game again? Play this game on your... It just says... Dude, Civilization 5 is so problematic on the Mac. There is a way to open it with... oh, here we go. Play. It won't do it. Yeah, launch it. An error occurred. How to do this again? Okay, wait. Reddit. Civilization 5 Mac. How?
Brad W says, sorry, was in the shower lol. Why did Mickey Mouse get shot? Because Donald Duck.
Very good, Brad. Oh, there we go. I knew you'd deliver. Any way to play Civ 5 with someone on Mac? Here we go.
Ajay says, Johnny, if you're struggling with it, try Thumper. Hope it's compatible with Mac.
Here we go. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Use the finder, find the game application.
Here makes Ting says too soon, Brad, we weren't ready.
Oh man, okay. I'm actually really up for playing this, by the way. Okay, applications. Wait, my Mac is indexing and it can't find it.
Brad W says, that's what she said.
Find the game application. Mine is at application support. Okay. Steam. No. Mine is at my username. Applications. No. My username. Library. Oh man, this is complicated.
Milkitia makes Ting says, Brad, it's too much all at once.
How to find the library folder? Where is the library folder? Bro. How to open this, yeah. Library. Application support. Fucking hell, it's not there. Find the game application. Mine is at my username. Library. Application support. Steam. Steam. Is it here?
Ajay says, Johnny, does the Steam app work differently on Mac? Milkitia makes Ting says tragic.
No idea, mate. Steam. Show package contents. Application contents. Okay, here we go. Contents. Mac OS folder. This is where you're going to add one file. Okay, I've done that. Open the Mac OS folder. Okay. Here you should see the actual Civilization file executable, which I cannot see. Which is great. This is where you're going to add one file. The name of the file is steamed blah blah blah. The only thing you're going to add is the number 8893. That's not in there, Kerr. Using the finder, find the game application. Mine is I don't know where it is. I don't even know if it exists. Maybe, mate, do you know what? Because I was trying to reinstall it, so I probably messed it up. I could well have messed it up. That's probably what I did. Oh my god! Oh my god! Do you know what? I remember doing some super weird stuff with this. and I can't even remember what I did, but I did some absolute crazy
I must be
stuff.
following too much internet outrage because today I woke up from a nightmare where an unhinged lefty was following me home and I was trying to shake them off my tail.
Are we gonna get banned, Chris, for any political pay comments? Well, I'm glad it was just a dream. Here it is, yeah. So when I did the game, there's something on betas, and then you go on legacy, and then it lets you change it to like a private beta. Okay, so I just took it off that, and now it's updating. Man, to get this game running is nuts. Alright, it's updating, it's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. 33% complete. Am I going to go onto X? You can't go onto X and you can't find anything positive. It's just going to be, crazy stuff. I'm going onto X. Yeah, I can't read any of this stuff. Not now, anyways.
Milkitia makes things says don't do it.
Everything, it's just everything is negative. Everything is negative on X. Literally everything. Gaming news. I don't want to read it. Oblivion Remastered runs worse the longer you play on PS5. Okay. And now we've got... I don't even want to read what that guy's doing. I can't look at it. If you put on following and not the recommended, mine's still messed up. I need to follow more artists, basically, and unfollow other people. Yeah, no, that wasn't the thing to open. I am, but we're monetizing Ray, Anolche, Victoria Vey, and Atale, Iwe, An, K, Etgay, AZ Cray. But it's gonna get crazy when it goes on to the Rumble, Bumble, Stumble, Apple, Crumble. Did you know what? At the end of the stream, we're all going over to Rumble, and then I can let rip. I can go nuts. Does that make sense? Okay, so Civilization now apparently is downloaded. Apparently. I can't find where the game is, though. There must be a way to show him. View in library, add to, manage, browse local files, hide this game, uninstall, browse local files. Found it. Okay, here we go. I see it. I see it. I've already deleted a lot, but I kept the really important, like, big videos. Because if the videos, if it's not getting aired, Shay, there's no point. Even if it's meaningful, the small ones, no one's going to see it. But it's all mirrored anyways on other things. And it's all, I saved it all. 7.5 terabytes. It took weeks. I had to get 2 massive hard drives. Right, do you know what I mean, Victoria? I'm a bit late to the flex, but flexing we are. At long last. Okay, so hang on a minute. Yeah, application support. Steam. Okay. Application support Steam apps common. Application support Steam. Here we go. Steam apps common. Yeah, there it is. Steam apps common. Sid Civilization. Yes, okay. Remember the location of the app. Hold and control click on the app. Choose show package contents from the drop down. This is so ridiculous.
Brad W says, massive hard drive lol.
Exactly. In the contents, go to macOS. Here you see the actual Civilization 5 executable and a handful of library files. Here's where you're going to add one file. The name of the file is steam.apid.txt. This is insane. Okay, text. Okay, what are we going to put in there? The only thing you're going to put in the file is the number 8930. How do people work this stuff out? This is peeps like Ellie and Kat working this stuff out, literally. Okay, text edit. Make plain text. Okay, and then we're going to save it as steam.apid.txt.
Princess Smiley Face says, Victoria.
Okay, that's okay. Woo. Okay, I'll put that in there. Okay. Yes. Launch the Steam client. Do not use the Steam client to launch the game. You'll need the Steam client running in the background. Remember the location of the app. That's what you're going to need. Use that to launch the game. Man, this is... Okay. Manage. Browse local files. Okay. Is it going to work? It is going to work. I hope. Please? Yes, it is working. No, it quit straight away. That means it's not working. I don't know. I think maybe I updated my OS again, so now it's just never, ever, ever going to work. Launch the Steam client, but do not use the Steam client to launch the game. In my test, that did not work. That did not work. You will need the Steam client running in the background, though. Remember the location of Civ 5 app from step 2. That's what you're going to need. Use that to launch the game. If you dragged it into your dock, just click there to start the game. No, it doesn't work. We're basically doomed. Never to be able to play Civ 5. I did everything I could. I really did. I did everything I could.
Kittia makes Ting says, does this need to be so complicated?
No. But it is. Yeah, it just opens and closes. Which is kind of a pain.
Ajay says, how come you managed to play it before?
I mean, I follow those exact instructions that I'm mentioning now. Make sure I've done this right.
Ajay says, try Thumper.
Steam.apid.txt. Steam.apid.txt. Yes, that is what it is. 8930 has to be the code. Yeah. Okay. Last chance saloon. Yeah, I don't think it's going to work. But anyways, I'm going to try. Do my best. Library. Manage. Browse local files. Nah. Yeah, this ain't going to happen. The only other thing I can think of. Properties. Betas. Legacy. Alright, it's in legacy mode. Let's see if it works in legacy. That might... I don't know. I could just play another game, innit? Okay. Let's try this.
Milkitia makes Ting says in it. Ajay says beat us. Legacy what?
You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Honestly. Manage, browse local files. Okay, this is it. This is the last chance. Let's try it. It needs to be updated, it says. Yeah, I can't do the legacy. I'm afraid it's cooked, y'all. The only game I have in here is Team Fortress. It was worth... I really want to play it.
Milkitia makes ting says you don't want to know.
So if you go onto properties of the game, there's a section, general updates, install files, betas, beta participation. Select the beta you'd like to opt into. There's a special code you put into private betas and it changes the game to legacy from whatever it was before. And that obviously is compatible with different OSs. That is something you had to do to try to get the Mac version to be compatible co-op with a PC. But my dad couldn't even get it running, and then we couldn't find each other in a game, basically. I really wanted to play it with my dad. Oh lord. So I've updated my Macs since all these guides came out. And I think it's just all over, man, for the Civ 5. What's up, Mad Trucker? That's right, Mad Trucker, how you doing, Kerr? How you doing, my man? We're keeping it on analytical pay for the time being in order to get E-Ray monetized, May.
Ajay says, Johnny, I believe it's just temporarily. You'll eventually be able to play it on Mac or PC. In the meantime, try Thumper.
How eventually would I be able to do that? It just quits, man. I want to play it. Click reopen to open the application. What has a man got to do to play Civ 5? It just doesn't like it, bruv. I think maybe I have to reinstall it, but... Manage, uninstall. Is that what we're going to do? Uninstalling. I don't know. I'll do what it takes, bruv. How you doing, Mad Chucker? What are you up to? When's the last time you were here? What have you been up to?
I believe you can since you could before.
I updated my OS, though, and I updated Steam, and it might have screwed it. Because that's an ancient game. So what games do I have gifted? Because in my library... Oh, no, I've got a bunch. I've got Yasuke Simulator, but that's PC only. Titanfall 2. I think Chris Campbell got me that. Thumper. Team Fortress 2. Update queued. Subnautica. Outlast. Broforce. Apex Legends. And Alien Isolation. Man, someone's been treating me, Ajay and Chris Campbell. That's kind.
Nielo says, sometimes it helps to verify the integrity of the game files from Steam, but then you'll have to re-add that file probably. Milkitia makes ting says he said i5. He said Thumper.
I'm downloading it again. Install. Steam would like access to your desktop folder. Okay. Go ahead, Kerr. I can never remember the good games coming out.
Yes, I sent you Outlast before.
Thank you. Isn't Subnautica that horror game where you're on an oil rig, or is that something else? Because whatever that was, it's some Cthulhu thing. Is it Cthulhu or Cthulhu? The influence. Cthulhu. Yeah, I don't think I can get another hamster, to be honest. I think that I'm just not quite ready yet. I don't know, I just want to stop at bogey. I'm so loyal. I've had one, I just don't want another one. Alright, Civilization is ready to play, apparently. Nah, that ain't gonna happen, Kerr. Civilization.
Milkitia makes ting says, Chinchilla. Ajay says no, Subnautica is not a horror game. Outlast is. Subnautica takes place underwater mostly.
Chinchilla. Nah, ain't gonna happen. Show package contents. Civilization 5. Show package contents. Contents. Mac OS. I put the file in here, but is it the wrong file? It looks like the right file to me. 8930. It's got to be plain text, which it is. Close it. Civilization. It ain't gonna work. Nah, we're cooked. I would love to play it.
Yes, my Steam says you're playing Civilization 5.
I'm not though. I'm not inside it. I did everything it asked me to. Show package contents. Open the Mac OS. Here's where you're going to add one file. Steam.appid.txt. The only thing you're going to put in the file is that number 8930. This is Steam's app ID for Civ 5. Then save and close the file. Edit. You can use launch text edit to make a new Steam. Be sure to choose format and make plain text. That's what it is. Launch the Steam client, but do not use the Steam client to launch the game. You need to use the Steam client running in the background though. Remember the location of the app? That's what you're gonna need. Use that to launch
Chris Campbell says it's app ID.
the game.
Not appid lololol. Ajay says, Johnny, do you know if your Mac has the requirements to play it?
After a bit of trial and error, I got it to work. The only thing I'd emphasize more is using the Civilization V app file, as I have both that and the Civilization V app files, and it didn't work at first. But it did with the original Civilization V app, and it worked. Is that what it is? Where's the app file then? Maybe that's what it is. Oh, I think there's two files. There is. Okay, here we go. In applications. Come on, baby. No! Oh, I thought that was going to work. I've got another one on the desktop. Let's try that. Nah, it's cooked. It's cooked. Oh, app ID, not appid. Ha ha ha. Appid. Steam app ID.txt. Bro. I thought that was going to work. What the fuck did I do wrong? Applications. Doesn't like it. It attempts it. Instantly closes. I do wonder if maybe I need to make a new text file. Let's try that. Text edit. Make plain text. 8930.
Ajay says, what is Johnny doing? He's beginning to believe.
I can't give out that. I love this game. We could play this game for hours. Steam.appid.text. Unicode? Should it be Unicode? Should it be Unicode? It should be, right? Unicode 8. Chris definitely knows the answer to this. UTF-8. Is that what it should be? Okay. Loading. Quit. Loading. Nah, it's cooked. Alright. One more thing we could try. General. Automatic updates, background details,
Chris
installed.
Campbell says, don't know much about this, sorry.
The legacy. We'll try the legacy again. I remember playing this. I think I've got this. I've got number 6 on the PlayStation, but it's a little bit oak way. I can't be doing that. Right, last chance for Reela. Says it needs to be updated. Now this isn't going to work. Simple as. We're cooked. Enable the Steam overlay while in-game. Language, Steam Cloud launch options. Advanced users may enter modifications to launch. What? Installed files. View integrity of game files. Dude, it's 4 gigs. Have to delete. It's got a DLC in it. Show advanced options. Nah, I'm giving up.
Ajay says, updating is usually important if it tells you to update to play it.
Yeah, but I've already I de-updated it. I downdated it. Dark Station. I'm actually going to give up. Alright, I'm just going to delete it off the hard drive. Uninstall. See you later, Kerr. It's got to go. Mad disappointed. All got to go. Okay, well, now we know, unfortunately. Thanks anyways, Ajay. So, I think it's time to go. It's 1:44 in the morning. I'm going to go and just do some random stuff. But it's been very fun hanging out. Appreciate you lot. You are my guests, as always. Blessed to have you here. Well, what, are we going to play another game?
Ajay says, okay, try Thumper.
I'm going to play Thumper. It's not
Brad
installed.
W says, destroyed the Empire before it even began.
Nah, screw it. It's for the best. Alright, next time. We'll do some of this next time. Oh, we got another donation. I am so blessed. Which madman was that? I have to read that out. Remember, you can donate on this link, streamlabs.com/JohnnyMassacre. You'll make me extremely happy. Extremely happy. The thing is, even if this channel never grows, we've got each other. And that's it. We're always going to be together. It's too late, man. They can't stop us, which is awesome. Synth Tracks donated $10. Says, not a mercy. Thanks, dude. You're very welcome, my man. I'm so happy. Cheers, everyone. Much love to you. Take care and see you very soon.
Brad W says, Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, I think, is actually going to be tomorrow, my man. Good night, everyone. Cheers.